Tommy. Nice to meet you. You are? Conor, you go there.
Tom,
how are you? How are you? How are you? You're Oliver. How are you? Rory, nice to meet you. And Conor, well done. You all well? You are?
Yeah.
Okay, can I go Michael 506000, and if you'd like to get in touch with us by email, it's studio@midwestradio, and the text number 087 900 41 41. Now, I've got 4 young men in studio with me this morning, all proud Galway men. They are from the Presentation College in Headford, and they are preparing to head off, would you believe, to Abu Dhabi. Why? Well, we're about to find out. The 4 students from Presentation College in Headford are Michael Conor Dever, Oliver Burke, Rory McNicholas, and Conor Biggins. And they are basically called the Photon Racing. It's one of the Irish representations at the F1 in Schools Competition World Finals, being held next month in Abu Dhabi. And over the years, regular listeners will know what this is all about, because we've had many schools come in here to tell us about this particular initiative and how it actually works. The team manager is Oliver Burke. Oliver, I'm going to talk to you first. You're the man.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
Now, explain to listeners what exactly you 4 have been doing.
So we design a miniature Formula 1 car, and we take into account aerodynamics and friction and things like that and weight. And we have to design it to be as fast as possible within the regulations. And then we have other team members such as Rory, who do graphic design for the portfolio, and Conor, who markets the team and gets sponsors.
Okay, and this miniature Formula 1 car, the first thing you do obviously is you sit down as a team and you decide a design.
Yeah.
The idea is to make it go as fast as possible,
yeah,
in a specific space of or length, I should say.
Yeah, the track is 20 metres long.
It's a 20-metre track, which a lot of people say, well, that ain't very long, but when you've got it, I mean, what size is this miniature?
It's a 1 to 20th scale, so it's about 200 millimetres long, but you're able to make it longer or shorter.
If you wish.
Yeah.
And so, in putting the design together, I mean, what kind of things can you reference? Do you look at previous winners of the competition, or are you guys just trying to come up with something that is completely new and imaginative?
Well, we look at what other teams have done, because we say we can take ideas from them and improve upon them and stuff like that. But it's also important that we do our own thing as well, so that we don't have the same designs as the other teams. Okay,
now, and putting the design together, Conor, I'll talk to you about the design first of all, because you are one of the designers, right? How long did it take to put the final touches to the final design?
Well, we've been working on the car since regionals, and each competition, each stage we get through, it's improved on again. So for the World Finals, we started in like May, just keeping on improving it, and we've gotten to the final stage of it today.
And once the design is actually done on computer screen and so on, do you actually make a physical little miniature car?
Yeah, we get a balsa wood block, and we get a CNC cut, CNC machined from the design out of that.
And then you just obviously, and do you test it now? I mean, are you guys testing this miniature car?
Yeah, we're getting a test car made, just our first version of it, and we're going to see how well that performs like in real life instead of just on the computer.
I want to talk, Rory, about the actual visit to Abu Dhabi and being one of the schools representing Ireland. It's a huge honour for you guys, and indeed for Presentation College in Headford. What's going to happen in Abu Dhabi, or do you know?
Yeah, we have a good idea. We get an itinerary of what we'll be doing out there, and it's a 7-day long competition. So it's quite a big jump from us from nationals, because that would have been 1 day up in Dublin, whereas this is 8,000 kilometres the other side of the world, and it's 7 days of non-stop competing against other teams. So there's different stages. There's the race day would be the biggest one for us, but there's other aspects of the competition then, like we have to do a verbal presentation 1 day. We've 1 day to set up the pit display, so we've 2 hours to put together our stand on the day, and once that's done, then we have kind of a day to meet with the other teams and do things around Abu Dhabi with them, and then we've the presentation day for the awards. So that's the big one for us.
Oh, right, big one is right. And is it kind of last day the announcement will be made as to who the overall winner is?
Yeah. It's at the end of the week then that we'll find out who wins, and then there's other aspects for prizes such as fastest car, best portfolio, best website, best use of social networking. So there's a large range of areas for prizes to be won.
Yeah. Michael, you know, the cost of going over to Abu Dhabi for a week and accommodation and putting everything together, flights and so on, was that all covered as part of the prize?
Really, we had to try and raise the money ourselves to go over there. We've raised a total of about 15 grand now
Really?
to go over.
How did you raise 15 grand?
We have
Everything.
We have a lot of very good sponsors and a lot of fundraisers. Our sponsors are RMS, Coleshawn, Moynville Presentation College, Headford, and St Jarlath's Credit Union, McHale's, and McDonald's Transport, and HP.
Wow.
So they've contributed greatly to the competition and to our team.
Brilliant. So it's going to be an exciting time for you guys. I mean, are you Formula One fanatic?
Yeah, I would be. I
Yeah.
would really follow it, and so do the rest of the
Yeah.
team.
It does just have that appeal, particularly I suppose for young guys. Is this an all male competition? Because I can't ever remember any female member of any of the teams that came in from the various schools. Why are you all smiling here?
It's not no, but I suppose it does attract the males because we like speed and we like things like that.
Ollie, are you mechanical? Would you describe yourself as somebody who now, if Dad's car or Mum's car got broken down, to be able to do a bit of fixing on it?
Not really, no.
No. So what is it that appeals to you about this?
Just the design aspect of it.
And what exactly would you like to pursue once you've left school?
I'm not sure really.
Yeah.
Something with computers anyway.
And I suppose, speaking of computers, Rory, this is very much technologically based, isn't it? I mean, you talk about website development, you know, the whole idea of design and all that sort of stuff, and a lot of work has been done on computers and that. So I suppose if you are technical as well as mechanical, it's a big help.
Oh yes, it's a huge advantage because a large majority of the points that you get awarded in the competition go towards use of IT. So for example, our pit display, which is a stand we'll have on the day, we're hoping to have a lot of IT on that. So we're hoping to have monitors displaying contents that will be running on computers. So yeah, it'll be a huge part of the competition, and Conor Dever, for example, does the website and with use of IT, and I do a lot of the graphic design. So there's work done on things like Adobe Photoshop. So we'd have built our own computers, Oliver and I and Conor Dever. So we do a lot for IT-based work on them.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think, I mean, has being involved in this project guided you in any way as to what kind of a career you'd like to pursue?
Oh yeah, definitely. Being the graphic designer on the team, I think graphic design is probably the career I'll end up going into. That wouldn't have been what I was thinking before I started doing F1, but now that I've done it, it's opened up a lot of pathways for later life.
Has it kind of taken over your lives to a degree? Because between the fundraising, the web development, getting the design right, testing and so on, it sounds to me like it's a fairly 24/7 job at the minute.
Yeah, it does take up a lot of time, and we've been working on it now for about over a year, I think.
Yeah.
So I'd say you could be talking 2 or 3 hours in a day working on the competition, in and outside of school.
So Conor, first of all, can you win?
Oh yeah, definitely. No doubt we're going to win.
There's a bit of confidence coming.
Since regionals, we've been saying to our teacher that we're going to have a Debbie.
Yeah.
There's been no doubt.
Well, that's good. Good to have a positive outlook on it. The miniature car itself, nobody's ever brought in one of these miniature cars. Is that because you kind of wait until the very last minute to have the precise one that you're going to actually race?
Not really. It's just we're going to be making a couple of test cars. At the actual competition, we're going to need 3 of them to be made. One for scrutinising, one for pitch display showing up, and then one for the actual race.
Okay. And it was 20 metres you said, wasn't it? That how fast the car that you've got at the moment, from 0 to 20 metres, what kind of seconds?
Well, it makes it down the track. Our high score so far has been like 1.09 seconds.
Right. And the winner, say last year, have you checked out to see how the fastest time that has won this competition?
The fastest time was actually won by a Northern Ireland team. I think it was
1.02 seconds.
02 seconds. Yeah.
The regulations are slightly different that year though.
But we're looking to beat that 1 second margin.
All right. And it's all down to minute particles of particles of seconds that will ultimately win. And if, for example, something goes wrong on one of your runs, do you get a chance to redo it?
You get a chance if, let's say, the car breaks or anything like that. You get a chance to like reassemble it back at the top of the racetrack. And there's about 3 runs you get, and your best reaction time and your best race time is taken from that. Okay.
Well, look, it's a fantastic achievement, win or lose, lads, in Abu Dhabi. It's fantastic. When do you actually fly out, or when does the fun really start?
The 13th of November.
13th of November, and you'll be gone for 7 days.
Yeah.
Great. And apart from the four of you, will there be any other people in the entourage? Is this?
Just our teacher, Mr. Ryder.
Mr. Ryder's going to be there as well.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Well, listen, we're delighted for you. You're the only West of Ireland team, I understand, ever to take part in this World Final competition. So we're delighted that it's somebody from the West of Ireland that's doing it. Do you know what other Irish participants there are going to be? Have you checked that out?
Yeah, there's one other team from Presentation College in Carlow going out, and there's a collaboration team between an Irish team and a team from abroad, and they work together and form one team.
Okay. None of you said to me you'd love to be a Formula One driver. Nobody? Not yet. Not yet. Too early. Too early. Well, listen, thanks for coming in, lads, and we wish you really genuinely the very best of luck. Michael Conor Dever, Oliver Burke, Rory McNicholas and Conor Biggins representing Ireland in the F1 in Schools competition over in Abu Dhabi next month. And I know that raising 15 grand, as you said, Michael Conor, isn't easy to do. So without the support of so many local businesses, you guys wouldn't be sitting here now, would you?
Yeah, that's correct. They've
Brilliant.
really helped us out in lots of ways.
Okay. Well, listen, we'll be cheering for you all the way, and let us know how you get on. Thanks for coming in, lads, and well done. Well done.
Thanks.
Thank you.